I got shortlisted or longlisted for this thing about new voices. They had writers come on stage and do panel talks, and someone else is like, oh, when did you realize you were a writer? And a lot of them were like, God, I don't even know if I'm a writer yet, and I blah blah blah. And I was like, fuck that, man, I'm a writer. Like, I absolutely claim that, and I want people to know it, because if I don't shout about myself, no one else will. And the last woman on the end, she was like, nah, I'm a black woman and doing well in this industry, fuck you all, I've been a writer from the first day. And I was like, yes. I really tried to leave food, and then I, even writing my PhD was not about food, and yet the whole thing was about food. Being mixed race and immigrant, all those kind of things, I think food is one of those tangible, visceral things that keep you grounded. So when I go back to Malaysia, it's always about breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal in Malaysia, and I'm not a morning person, and yet when I'm there, I'm always up at like 7:30, out the door at 8 to the cafe for breakfast. Pretty much always ordering laksa, and at this point you're so hot, and you're really not used to the kind of stickiness of the humidity, and so that bowl of really spicy hot noodle soup just kicks you. And it's the perfect thing. Like, it just knocks you into home and awakeness and just lets you breathe, actually, and everything kind of feels okay. I came over here to study drama and performing arts. I got probably to halfway through my final year and decided I didn't like being an actor. So I decided then and there that I was going to write, I was going to make a theatre company, I was going to make shit happen. And then I realised actually there isn't so much place within the industry of young people starting out in the industry and fucking up. And that was the Tomorrow Project. Dan wanted to do some dinners. I said I'd help organise it. When we got talking, we realised that we both came from a very specific place of wanting to give people spaces to fuck up so they could learn. And there's been times in Chefs of Tomorrow, which is one of the parts of the Tomorrow Project, where we had one really young boy. I mean, he was like 16 because he couldn't have a drink after work with us, and he'd come up with this great simple but complicated dish. It was kind of like an Eton mess, but there was sort of all these parts to it. Really lovely idea, and just nothing said. And everyone kind of dropped everything in the kitchen and just were like, right, what do you need? Let's do this. Everyone like kind of went out the back of the restaurant, sorted it out. Everyone came together. Asking for help is the big thing to learn, right? Collaboration, I mean, the word in itself is a really interesting word because, during Second World War, the idea of collaboration was France and Vichy. So it was a dirty word, particularly in Europe, right? So I find the word collaboration really interesting. And then, of course, you've got, in theatre and art, collaboration is very exciting because you often have two mediums meeting together and doing something new. Whereas the restaurant world is this very weird space of being a business and being creative. And so then you get this friction between creative, art, collaboration, meeting people's needs, and running a business. And I think there is a way for us to relook at the word collaboration in all its complications, and acknowledge those complications, and look at it as a way to form something new. Newness doesn't have to be the way forward. Newness can be for a moment. The UK is a wonderful space where people come and go, and in an already transient industry, but people want to come to the UK to learn English, or because they only speak English, So we're really lucky, and we should really embrace that, the fact that people want to come to the UK and exchange knowledge and then maybe go again. But I think that's part of like the idea of rethinking what collaboration could be and creating something new, even if it's momentarily.